Let's talk about the housing market for a moment here. High interest rates have been pushing mortgages high for nearly 2 years. So it's probably no surprise that the number of people trying to buy a place across the country is at its lowest point in decades. But it's a slightly different story when we zero in on where we live. And today, Ian Russell checked in with a few local realtors to ask them, what are you seeing here? Hey, Ian.
Hi, Jana. Well, buying a home, it's a huge life decision, right? It's a lot to decide to invest in, to purchase a home that costs hundreds of thousands of dollars. And with all those factors weighing on people's minds, it's pretty easy to see why we saw such low numbers of people wanting to buy.
In this neighborhood in Crystal, Mallory Johnson knows this home will eventually be sold. A difference from what's been happening. Johnson, a realtor with the Brittany Shull team, has seen the ups and downs homeowners have experienced lately.
Things have changed dramatically over the last 3 years since I started.
Many of those stopping buyers in their tracks.
Then interest rates went up and everybody stopped buying. It went up into the 8s and people paused.
Add in high prices.
And now, they need $300,000 to even get something that is move-in ready.
And record low inventory.
From July until now, it was the lowest I've ever seen. It was really bad.
And this is a problem that many home buyers and their realtors are seeing now.
It is pretty competitive in the first, second ring suburbs.
South of Crystal and Golden Valley, Andrew Wieberdink with North Coast Realty has seen those same challenges. The National Association of Realtors said last week that sales of previously lived-in homes were the lowest they've been in 30 years. That doesn't come as a surprise for Wieberdink.
People started to shy away from buying homes because everybody thinks or thought that interest rates were going to come down, not realizing that the rates that we had were just unprecedented and not normal.
Here in the metro, we're a bit different, but not by much.
And while sales definitely have come down, there's still buyers out there. In fact, we still hear there's multiple offers happening.
David Arbit is a research consultant working with Minnesota realtors. He says we're not at a 30-year low, more like a 10 to 12-year low. And across the state, the same trends both realtors spoke on is happening. But there is hope.
The other silver lining is that we've seen a big change in rates. They've gone from over 8% to more like 6.5%, 6.75%-ish, and that has had a meaningful impact on affordability.
Back in Crystal, Johnson is hopeful as well, hoping for a change for those looking for their dream home.
I'm optimistic. I'm keeping my hopes up that the interest rates are going to kind of stay in this healthy range. I think as long as we hover there, we're going to be good.
All right, so the big question, of course, will we ever see those 2% and 3% interest rates again? Well, everyone I talked with says they're not expecting them anytime soon. But also helping our inventory problem is new build homes. Johnson says those are popping up left and right, and everyone agreed on the exact same thing. They think this spring and summer will be big for home availability, Jana.
Yeah, Ian, it always is around here. Spring is usually when it thaws, but apparently spring is occurring in January, so maybe we'll see things change. But that 2 to 3%, that was some once-in-a-lifetime kind of deal. Probably never going to happen again.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, we talked a lot about home buyers. Is there any new data on those renting?
Yeah, well, actually, there is. Harvard just released a study that shows that many people are struggling with even covering the rent. And in the metro area, that report shows that about half of those renting are struggling with the cost of rent. So obviously a big thing there. And they say the average rent right now is just over $1,300.
Oh, the economy, Ian, it's as clear to me as mud. Thanks.